What's up, YouTube and Facebook, and welcome back to Not Quite Mint. I'm Tom, and today we're doing our key show where we talk about the key comics we think you should pick up tomorrow, which is the 31st of... March, 31st of March, I think. Yeah, no, I don't know my dates very well. Anyway, so we're here to talk about key comics. I'm on my own again, so it's just me, but I did put the old Not Quite Mint back signal out. And I did get a couple of guests in, as per usual. So we're unleashing the geeks tonight, guys. So let's invite in our guests. So first up, we've got the bad boy of the comic community. We've got Geeky Guy. How you doing,
Tom? How you doing, mate? I'm good, mate. Congratulations on 400 subs. What an achievement.
Thank you very much, mate. It took a while. We've been chipping at it. Do you know what? I didn't even notice it had happened. So I'm nice that it's all happened organically, which is pretty cool. So
another one of the geeks let us all know, because I think we was busy getting on here, and Andy's up to his neck in work, so he's the one that unleashed it all and let us all know that it was 400 subs to you guys. So well done, mate. I've literally just noticed that I'm the same colour as your Pantone reference, and also the pink on Harley Quinn t-shirt.
You are definitely hitting that Not Quite Mint Pantone reference tonight, mate.
See, it's all about commitment, mate. All about
it is, mate. I'm glad that you've brought your Pantone reference to the show. I mean, that's really, really kind of you to really go that extra mile for Not Quite Mint, mate.
That's all right, mate. Nice one.
And tonight we've also got everybody's favourite. It's Ben, the attention-seeking geek.
Now I feel bad that I'm not wearing some element of hot pink.
You are hot.
I can hand
around myself now. There's
Ben,
no.
I can hand you one. I'll hand you a hat if you can kind of take it. There you go.
Good. Physical comedy, as well as many other things that we offer for you tonight, Tom, and your viewers. Congratulations, Mazel Tov, on the 400 subscribers. I'm not bitter, but I'm not quite there yet.
Sorry, mate. You'll get there. You'll get there. You've got some really good content going on at the moment, Ben, which we will get onto and we'll talk about towards the end of the show, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me back. It's it's going to be fun this week, because we're kind of talking about what's going to come out today, and then we'll be back on Charlie's channel on Thursday to talk about those said books. So I'm excited.
Bit of cross-channel promotion tonight, as it were.
Absolutely. Let off the leash.
Absolutely, mate. Happy days. Right, so we are here to talk about, well, normally what me and Rich would do is we talk about our notables and then our top three. But because there's three of us, I thought we could just go straight in and talk about our top three comics that we think that everyone else should pick up tomorrow on New Comic Book Day. But first, let's just say hello to everybody that's in the chat. So we've got Andy. I saw Andy was here right at the start.
There he was here yesterday.
Perpetual Comics, right in the queue, mate. You know when you're queuing for the cinema and you've been there for days? That's Andy, mate.
Yeah, first to the party, last out of the party.
Absolutely, what a hero! He's always there for the after party, mate. And then we've got Luke in from Hydra Collectibles. Hi, Luke. How you doing, mate?
There he is, mug in hand.
Mug in hand. Wonder if he's in the woods this evening. We've also got, I think, Greyman is here. That's pretty cool. But he's on Facebook rather than joining us via YouTube, which is pretty cool. So, hello, Greyman. Nice to see you, mate.
That's where all the old people are for social media, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
The over 60s chill out over there.
Yeah, nice. My friend Rich is here. Nice to see you, Rich. Apples to you, mate. And then we've got MJ Comics is here. Nice to see you guys. And I think that, oh no, we've got Tom. Tom's here as well. Nice to see you, Tom. Thanks for dropping in. Tom, what's
is that Tyler? I think that's Tyler. That's Tyler. Yeah, that's Tyler from America.
Yeah, my bad.
Tom's his middle name.
Tom's his middle name. Tyler Tom. Right then, guys. So who would like to kick us off?
I think you should. You're on 400 subs. Sure.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, my third pick this week is my top three. I would like to go with Beta Ray Bill. It's written by Daniel Warren Johnson, and I also believe he's doing the artwork for it. And this is a kind of, it's come out of King in Black, this one. So it's kind of Beta Ray Bill. He's kind of a bit battered because of the fact that Thor destroyed his hammer, you know, he's kind of feeling a bit hard done by. So it's kind of his kind of redemption story a little bit. And also in this, you've got a complete nullified Fing Fang Foom, which why would you not want to see a nullified Fing Fang Foom going toe to toe with Beta Ray Bill?
Yeah, to be fair, that's sold it for me, I think.
Yeah.
One thing,
I mean, it sold it for me just having a Beta Ray Bill book. Like, it's amazing. I mean, obviously, it was what, Thor 337?
Yeah.
Sort of debuted, and I love this Corbinite. It's my favourite of all the Corbinites. I'm looking forward to this book. I'm really hoping that it kind of gives him a chance to shine for the newer sort of fans, and speculation as well. But potentially this book is coming at a very apt time as well to kind of place the seed for new fans ready for it to grow for a movie appearance maybe. And then,
I would say he's going to be in Love and Thunder, mate.
It's got to be, I think.
Well, we did see his faces in
Guardians, the first one.
No, not Guardians. I know what you mean. There was a rumor that he was in the Collector's thing. That's not him, apparently. Apparently, it's a Corbinite, but it's not. It wasn't Beta Ray Bill. But his face is sculpted into when Thor arrives on that like trash planet. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the Grandmaster's kind of lair has different faces kind of carved into it, and one of those faces apparently was Beta Ray Bill. So I don't know whether it's kind of like they're going to go for a fact that he's like already established or what. But I mean, he obviously looks. I think he's going to be beefed up at the beginning of this book anyway. He's lost his powers, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, kind of, but he's been given something else, kind of. So he's still on par. I feel like he's been given a new weapon or something from Asgard, so he's still got some ability, but not as much. But I mean, I love it. I think he's great. He's one of my favorite characters. Just like one of those kind of oddball characters that you don't see much of. But you know, you were saying about him being in Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I remembered when they redid the telling of the World War Hulk, which is basically what Ragnarok is. In the animated TV series, rather than it be Silver Surfer that the Hulk has a fight with, Bill. So that actually would make sense if they kind of use that as a kind of a slingshot to get him into either Guardians of the Galaxy or Love and Thunder.
And to be fair, like, you know, he was the champion of his people, wasn't he? He was, you know, they used their technology to kind of beef him up and use the spirit of some ancient animal or something, which is why he looks kind of horse-like. So to be fair, he kind of doesn't necessarily need the Stormbreaker to be the Beta Ray Bill that we would recognize. Yeah. So it's just exciting. I think you know, these obscure characters. It's great to kind of see them get some loving.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, we're all about the obscure characters here, mate.
Now, just to confirm, is he Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray Bill, or Beta Ray Bill?
Well, I was going to ask this question because I've been doing the phonetical alphabet for work. So it's beta is how you say it, but I would have said beta.
I made a joke about it on my video. I say better. But I don't know whether that's just like the you know, uneducated like Cockney within me. Charlie, you're an uneducated Cockney. How would you say it?
I said it on my Monday show. I said beta, and then beta. So I done all three because there was like three variants. But I would go beta Ray Bill.
Mate, when you can't make a decision, just do all three.
Beta Bill. Or we could just call him like Bill.
Bill, yeah, Bill works. Ray Bill.
Horseface Bill.
He's got a real, like, I think he's got that real, because I know he's obviously based on Asgardian, and I think he looks like a proper Viking to me with that, like, mohawk and the helmet and stuff. I love his outfit. I think he's great.
Now, see, one thing I want to know about this is obviously this is coming off the back of King in Black, but obviously he had a battle with Thor as well. Now,
Yes.
do you think this is going to play a part in that as well, or is it just literally that's cut off? It's a whole different ball game.
Well, I think it will play a bit into this because he is, from what I could tell in the Donny Cates Thor run, is because of the fact that they had that fight and he made Beta Ray Bill look like an absolute wimp in that one little thing. Like he really just kind of put his foot down and was like, yeah, no, you're nothing. And I think he's really bitter about it. And I would love to see them go toe to toe again and like Beta Ray Bill be like, yeah, I'm nothing, have this.
Yeah,
it's quite confusing where that Thor story is set with the whole Donald Blake stuff going on. Like, is it just before King in Black, or just is it after? I'm struggling with the continuity of that, to be fair. The great story as well, and that's just the one thing that's bugging me a bit about it at the moment is I'm just struggling to understand where it's set, because obviously Thor, spoiler warning, makes his appearance to try and help everyone out in King in Black. But is that after he's beaten Donald Blake or before? No.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That continuity is not great at the moment because, like, what?
No, not at all.
So, well, I'm sure we'll find out.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
I'm sure things will get better.
So it's Bravo, not Beta.
Better.
Beta. Bravo is the one in the phonetic alphabet. And thank you, MJ, for sorting me out so I don't fail my tests.
You haven't got to B yet then, Tom, no? You're just on
A mate,
still.
I'm still on A.
Give him time, Charlie. Give him time.
Isn't Charlie C anyway? So at least I've got that one.
Yeah, C-U-N.
I've been called many things. Yes, go on, Benjamin.
Charlie, uniform.
I'll see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Right then, who's up next? Who wants next? I know this was one of yours as well, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, I'll go next because just before someone else steals another one of mine. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much covered everything there on that. Let's go for, while we're on the subject of King in Black, the Ghost Rider King in Black tie-in.
Nice.
So this is going to be written by Ed Bryson and Juan Frigeri, I believe, is doing the artwork on this. It just looks metal as hell, doesn't it? Like Ghost Rider mixed with dragons, mixed with symbiotes, like flames and black goo. It's like an Iron Maiden video waiting to happen.
Well, I thought the whole cover looked a little bit like something that would be off a Meatloaf album.
Yeah, yes, and I'm living for that. Meatloaf the singer, not the food. It's not. So Robbie Reyes is not Ghost Rider at the moment, even though that looks like Robbie Reyes' outfit. The kind of jacket with the white symbol on. Have you guys read any of this storyline that's been going on with the King in Hell with Johnny Blaze and?
I haven't, but I did catch the bit in was it the Vengeance we reviewed?
Yeah, so I think the most recent Ghost Rider book was that Return of Vengeance issue 1. I think what happened is they were doing the ongoing story, which was the whole King in Hell thing, and they've stopped that run. So the only way for them to continue the story is like through these other little stories. So this very much is going to serve as a big tie into that story. So I think it opens with Mephisto being dragged at the back of the bike, by Johnny Blaze, because he's going to try and reclaim hell or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like. I think it's a hard thing, isn't it, when you're trying to kind of continue an ongoing storyline or even wrap up a storyline? You potentially alienate people who haven't, been reading that, and the whole time you've kind of got to make it relevant for King in Black as well. So yeah, I think I'm kind of coming in on this purely based on aesthetic and the fact I just love Ghost Rider visuals, and the King in Black visuals are just going to serve that really well, I think. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, are you guys Rider fans?
I've never really been into Ghost Rider, but yeah, I know. I think I haven't looked at the preview of this. It does look pretty decent, but the only thing I'm worried about, have I got to read the previous installments to understand what's going on, or you think I can just jump straight into it?
I kind of don't know either. And I think that's my worry, is that, people like yourself who might want to just kind of jump in on it. And to be fair, why would you not? It's an issue 1. That's what they're built for. It might be all a little too much. And Ghost Rider's kind of, every Ghost Rider book's a little bit like that. I think ever since it started, it's like it's got such a kind of rich tapestry of mythology around hell and Mephisto and all of those characters that it's very hard to just jump in on if you don't know what's going on. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the 90s, Tyler.
See, I only ever read Marvel Knights Ghost Rider, and I really enjoyed it up until the point where they crossed it over with World War Hulk, when Hulk returned. The artwork on that, the covers for that were insane because they're done by Gabriele Dell'Otto. Absolutely incredible. But I just kind of lost my way with it. And then suddenly, like, I think Danny Ketch came into it, and then it was Robbie came into it, and I was like, I don't know who's who anymore. But I think I would like.
Ketch is my favourite rider. Like, I prefer Danny Ketch to Johnny Blaze. Like, Danny Ketch is my rider. So I guess that's the other fun part of the character, is you can kind of pick your rider and focus on them, sort of thing.
Leon's just turned up. Nice to see you, Leon.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi. Welcome. Right. Well, I guess that's. You got anything you want to add to that Ghost Rider then, Charlie?
I'm looking forward to it. I just can't wait to see the cover after this, because I'm getting sick and tired of this stupid King in Black copy and paste top left corner now. It's getting
I don't like it.
His cover would be stunning, and I would have bought
That's the
cover
thing.
if it wasn't for that corner.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's just annoying.
Agreed.
Oh well, we ain't got long now. I think it's like next week's the last one, and then we're done.
You should have gave us, Tom, like as part of the overlay, little King in Black corner spot.
Done for next week, mate.
Is next week when it finishes? Or is it?
I think it's. I know it's might be the week after.
I want to say the week after. Yeah,
it's coming, isn't it? No, it's coming.
No, it's coming. Noel is here, mate. He's just absolutely fucked shit up.
Right.
Yeah, but then also not as much as you'd kind of hoped. But anyway, that's another conversation.
But yeah, we'll get off that one on Killer Comics when we get there.
Save it.
Save the
Right
best.
then, Charlie, you're up, mate.
Right.
What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about?
Well, some have said that I'm a smooth operator, and smooth is also a material called silk. So we're going to go with silk. Silk is nice and smooth.
Right.
And this, obviously, right. So this cover and variant B are available on your channel, Tom. They are available at your shop. And this is obviously Cindy Moon. She's now part of, is it Threats and Menaces? She's left J. Jonah Jameson's. She's reporting for Threats and Menaces, and obviously by night she's the super crime fighting hero that is Silk. And there's a new threat on the streets. How's it all going to pan out? I'm looking forward to it. I hope these characters do kind of get introduced. Do you know what I mean? I'm really looking forward to it. She did do an incarnation of Silk. I think it was either last year, or I think it was at the start of last year. There was a few covers floating around for a few comics and stuff. I'm looking forward to reading this. Again, this is a number one. It seems to be a week for number ones, if I'm honest. There's quite a few floating about. I'm looking forward to this. And there is a very nice looking peach there.
Very nice looking peach of the week, possibly.
We're going more into that on Thursday, but yeah, there is.
We'll get there
I'm looking forward to this. It looks good, and we've got Miles Morales on the front there, so
it does. I'm excited for this one. This one is actually my top pick out of all. This was my top one of the top three, for various reasons. One of it being the fact that we've got the Kale new cover on our shop, but secondly because it's got there's going to be a new kind of underground character, like you said, that's coming into it, and she's got a demon cat as her sidekick, which I think is quite an interesting dynamic. And this is also written by her first time writing for Marvel is Maureen Goo. I think that's how you say it. Marvel comic. She wrote a novel about a American Korean girl who was struggling, like got autism and was struggling, being in America and stuff. And apparently it got quickly acclaimed. So she's a really good writer. So I'm interested to see this because she's obviously taking on now Silk, who is a Korean character. So I like the idea of it. Definitely like the idea.
Some of these covers out this week are amazing.
Yeah,
like, they really are. Yeah,
I like the Jen Bartel, not the Women's History Month one. The really basic one, just the kind of headshot. The Demon Cat. That sounds like in Strange Academy. Is it Emily?
I'm just looking that up now, right? And it's Emily. She goes through. Yeah, when they're going through the hide and seek, she goes through the door and she ends up meeting that cat, and that becomes her sidekick. And when I heard about having a Demon Cat, the new character come in, my instant thought was Strange Academy.
Yeah, because I love that cat.
So good.
Strange Academy. Its voice in like a Ray Winston voice as well, which is weird, like a really like old man, gravelly like voice. Anyway, I'm going to disagree with one point you made, Charlie, about like Gwen and Miles and stuff appearing. I don't want to see that. I feel like sometimes these new characters, it's almost like they're scared to kind of let them, off the leash by themselves. They have to kind of have like other characters, do you know what I mean, holding their hand, and kind of making those cameos and things like that. And it's a shame, I think. And Silk. Hey, I will inbox you, Leon, private images if that's.
Can I just do a quick thing? If you haven't seen Ben's Instagram pages, where one of his close friends has photoshopped him in many different situations as MODOK, check them out. They will have you in stitches for at least 4 minutes.
Yeah,
hey, it's 4 minutes you'll never get back.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm skeptical with this book. I feel like Silk had her volume 1 run, and it wasn't that great.
No.
And I feel like she had a good swing at the bat there. And whether this will, one of my biggest things with Silk as well is aesthetically, I loved her first outfit where it was made of web. Am I right in saying that she made her first outfit out?
No, she kind of, she stood out and it looked different. Whereas now it kind of like they're all kind of taking on the same mantle as a Spider-Man suit in essence of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would have liked to have her keep that, but I mean, let's give her another chance.
Absolutely, mate. I think she deserves one, and I quite like the idea of this one. That she's like on her own going against a brand new underground character. I like that.
And again, it's representation wise, it's important. It's someone of kind of Asian heritage and things, and I think that kind of diversity and stuff in comics does. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't shove it down our throat," and it's like, well, no, we kind of need to because we're behind in some respects. So, I'm kind of all for it on that front as well.
But Jen Bartel is killing it this week. We touched on it there. She's got about, I think there's like 6 covers that she's done this week. But she's been consistent for the last couple of weeks with like the Women's History Month and stuff like that. But she's...
I mean, I want more of those. Like,
100%.
There's only been about 4 or 5. And I want to see, I've got a list of characters. I've got the
Emma Frost one.
I'll see.
The Emma Frost one this week.
Yeah. Some of them have been amazing. I think Storm was last week or this week. That's an incredible cover.
Yeah, they've got Black Cat as well this week, which is obviously the pink. It's my reference. It's my Pantone reference on the back, and then it's got Black Cat in the front. That's another wicked one.
I'm definitely going to change the name of my Pantone reference from Not Quite Mint to Charlie.
Go for it. Like, I'm nearly there. I'm not too far off. If you can see the cover.
Very close.
Slowly. I get all flustered when I talk to you, gorgeous guys. Wow, that sounds like a Tinder profile. Snap up.
It does. Sounds like we're on a date now. I thought we were here to talk comics. See you.
Mate, honestly, back in the day, like before I was married, if I got a right ever, it was a miracle. And it really was either that or a mistake.
By yourself.
Right. Okay, moving on. Ben, do you want to go next? My second pick is the famous Charlie's, so we'll.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. Then, so it is the Man-Thing, Avengers: The Curse of the Man-Thing. Firstly, I mean, just that title, like it's so like B-roll, classic horror. Like it's like Avengers: Curse of the Man-Thing. Like you've almost got like what's his face, his voice in your head saying it. I love this idea. I'm really excited because I'm a big Man-Thing fan. I'm a big Howard the Duck fan. And they are kind of like little buddies, and they go around the multiverse and do all kinds of weird stuff. But I think it's quite exciting to kind of return to more of a rooted kind of story for the character, like a story that kind of matters. You are.
I said, excuse the pun.
I went over my head, that one. Oh, rooted.
Yeah, there we go.
Good. Mate, I
knew we brought him here for the jokes, to be fair.
Yeah, that I've impressed myself with that. But yeah, so it's the anniversary anyway of Man-Thing. It's 50 years since he debuted back in 1971, and Stan Lee, Jerry Conway. I mean, it was Jerry Conway, let's be honest, but it's just a really exciting kind of event book, I think. And as I said, hopefully it's going to be more of a rooted storyline. So we've got, I think the writer's Steve Orlando, and he's never wrote for Marvel before, but he's a bit of a legend over at DC. So that's quite exciting. And then Francesco Mobili is doing the artwork. And basically, I think what the concept is, there's a new villain. So it is a good key to pick up as well. Like in those first appearances. What are they called?
The Harrower, he's called.
The Harrower. Yeah. It's a she, I think.
Is it? She's called the Harrower is a she. Sorry,
and just that name as well. That's so cool, isn't it? Like
I think it's a really cool name, yeah, Harrower.
It's kind of so melodramatic and like silly and camp, but it's great. But she basically, I think, hijacks Man-Thing's powers and tries to kind of put it out over the world, because it's really only those swamps of like Florida that he kind of covers. Anyone who doesn't know Man-Thing, I'm not even going to try and describe his kind of origin, because it's very convoluted and they've redone it over and over and kind of tweaked it. But basically, Theodore Salis is like a scientist, and he got done over by his mates as they were trying to work on like a new super soldier serum. And as he was kind of dying in the swamps that are enchanted or something, anyway, it's weird anyway, but he takes some of the serum, and the serum goes over him, and it kind of merges him with the swamp, and thus the Swamp Thing is created. And he feeds off strong emotions, so most notably like fear. He's like drawn to fear, and he can apparently kind of suck the fear out of someone and stuff like that. So yeah, I love this. I don't know about you guys. Man-Thing doesn't usually come up in conversation with us a lot, so I don't.
Well, who came first? Like the thing I get confused about, and I think maybe
who came first?
Swamp Thing.
I wasn't there when it happened.
It is a bit of a conspiracy, because those two shared a dorm or shared like accommodation. I forget the writer now over at DC. Can someone help me out in the chat? But they basically, the writer of, the guy who came up with Swamp Thing and the guy who came up with Man-Thing were sharing accommodation, and they came up with the character, and the first appearances of those characters was pretty much at the same time. And the origins are like very, very similar as well, I think. So it's a big conspiracy theory that no one really cares about. But yeah, chicken or the egg, I think, situation. But I'm a Marvelite, so I'm always going to swing towards the Man-Thing. I think I prefer the appearance of the Man-Thing, because they kind of committed to the monstrosity of him a bit more. Swamp Thing's kind of like, you can make out the kind of humanness within his face, whereas Man-Thing has this big, like, dangly line. Do you know, in kind of phallic things like flopping off his face, and these big kind of glowing red eyes, and he doesn't talk either. He just kind of goes like that. So yeah,
there you go, mate. The grey man saves us again.
Len Wen, thank you. I tell you what, if it wasn't for the Gandalf of this comic book community, we wouldn't have answers like that. Thank you.
Yeah, he's like the Oracle.
He is.
He is.
Okay, Leon's got that as well to say.
Yeah, it's right. Apparently, Stan Lee had the really loose concept idea. So, you can imagine him just kind of walking into a room, can't you? Like, hey, what if a big monster came out of the swamp and then just leaves the room? That was, I think, his level of contribution.
You know what? I almost felt like I was here with Stan Lee for a second.
Excelsior!
Excellent. First question, right? Have you seen this bad boy? This Gleason cover? This is horrid. It's actually horrid.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly they killed the Gleason hype by doing this. Like, so you could have had Gleason variants that are so in right now. Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage. You still could have rinsed that for like Silk, Miles, Morales. You could have had Gwen. And for some reason, they went with a Man-Thing one, which just doesn't make as much sense as the original. Do you know what would have been cool? If they did similar kind of style in terms of like stylized, kind of made up of all lines. But instead of all the lines and stuff, it was like vines and swamp stuff.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense. And I think the problem with this is that just before this came out, they announced that the name of these particular variants are called the Webheads. That's got nothing to do with the Webhead. Do you know what I mean? I did buy it though.
Andy's just said something perfect. This is what happens when 2 tomatoes are dropped in a hedge.
You're about me and Geeky.
and because Tom's bought it, I guess he's feeding the hedge fund.
Oh. How do I get rid of him?
How do I go? Just wait for the tumbleweed to go across.
Oh, we definitely need that. I definitely need that. So anytime there's a bad joke, you just go across the screen.
No, my screen would just be constantly tumbleweeds.
I was going to say, just pop it in the bottom right-hand corner. Just leave it there.
Just whirling like when you do something on your laptop and the whole thing just whirs forever.
Yeah, loading. Other than the cover, Tom, are you excited about the story, or are you not really bothered?
Do you know what? I don't know enough about Man-Thing. However, because I like the concept of the fact that it's like the curse of the Man-Thing, I was like, yeah, I quite fancy this as an idea. And just to get, on a new story, it's a brand spanking new issue 1. It's a character I'm not familiar with. I just thought it'd be a nice jumping on point. So yeah, I'm probably going to read it.
Yeah, same here.
Let's get on the Man-Thing hype, guys. Come on.
Get on that Man-Thing hype. It's like Davy Jones, isn't it? From Pirates of the Caribbean.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's the character I thought of. Yeah,
mine wouldn't be like that anyway. It'd be like
that. Just one.
Just a little. Go on. Move on, please.
Right, okay. So, Charlie, do you want to go, mate?
Yes, so I'm going to go Power Rangers.
Oh.
Is it Power Rangers Unlimited Hair to the Darkness?
It is. Hair to the Darkness.
Now, this is obviously for us Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fans out there. This is obviously the origin story of Astronomer. Now, she is one of the most, if not the most powerful villain that the Power Rangers have ever come across. And this is actually the first time that I think her origin story has taken like center stage. It's a one shot. I think it's about 60 odd pages. So yeah, it's going to be great. It's written by what's her name? LL McKinney. So obviously she's written like A Baby So Black and stuff like that. So, but I'm a massive Power Rangers fan. I know Tom is. We've tried to convert Ben. I don't know if we've succeeded with that yet. I know we've got
Not in the
GP
comic,
Venom
like,
and stuff.
I'm so simple that I just love that original Mighty Morphin series. The simple structure that happened every single episode and never really changed. I veer towards Ivan Ooze and the movie, and that's kind of it. Like I did pick up the last Power Rangers book. I'm not sure, has it come out this week, the other Power Rangers book? The
Number 5.
When they're in the like Western bar or whatever, and they meet.
Oh, I think I've missed that one.
Or is that
number
this
5
week?
Number 5 was last week. But yes, Power Rangers 5.
Yeah, maybe that was the one I read. But even that, like, I picked it up, and there's just so much going on, and I kind of didn't really know who was who. And again, I think I just need that really basic starting point. So to be fair, a one shot, if it's the origins of a big bad, could be a really good jumping on point, because there hopefully won't be much else going on that I need to sort of know. I can just pick it up. So,
well, because it also tells the story of what's her name? Tom, help me out. What's the one that she became before she became a Power Ranger? What's her name? Is it?
Shit.
Karoni? I think it's Karoni. Before she became like a Power.
Going around at a minute.
Corona. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna have to look it up after, but I think it's Corona. She was like, I think years ago, she was kidnapped by like these bounty hunters, and then obviously, astronomer, like kind of worked with the Dark Spectre. I think it is an Eclipsius or Ecliptor.
So you're right. It is before she became a Power Ranger. A young girl named Karoni was kidnapped by bounty hunters and brainwashed into a assassin known as Astronomer. So this character is the same character. So we're going to get the origins of the big bad female astronomer. But she used to be, or she is a Power Ranger called Karoni. So well done.
And then we find out and then we find out, who is it? I think is it Ecliptors? We find out what her plan is, or is it the Dark Spectre? I can't think. It's one of them, but we're kind of getting used to it. And I'm really hoping this doesn't go down the same routes of, like Jenica did for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're introduced to a new turtle, and then that story was rubbish. I got to say it. Like it's still on my pull list, and you guys know me that I just pick up anything, and my pull list is just I've got like 85 issues of Aquaman. I haven't even read one. But nice. I like Power Rangers. This is a one shot. It's 60 pages. It was close call between this and the next comic I've got between the number 1 spot, but I think this got to be number 2. And exactly, the Jenny Frison cover for this is.
She never does a bad cover as far as I'm concerned. No. Frison is so consistent.
I would agree. I think this is a great. I'm really excited for this one just because it's a one shot, and it's going from a different angle from what we're used to at the moment. Like, we're only getting like the Power Rangers and the Mighty Morphin, and they're kind of sticking to the standard format. But I like what they've done with the new Green Ranger. That's pretty cool. So bringing another new big bad actually into the comic books that came from the TV series, I'm actually quite a bit
right. And I've started watching the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because my little boys are watching it as well.
That's awesome,
so it's so awesome to see. Like,
my kids are watching it.
It's not even HD.
My kid is watching Pokemon the Indigo League on Netflix. She's 8 months. She's not watching it. I'm watching that shit.
Get you a man that looks at you the way Ben looks at Charlie when he talks about Power Rangers.
Hey, it's the way I look at Charlie when he talks about anything, Tyler. It's just
it's the midnight selfies. It's the midnight selfies.
How a man's face can get that pin.
Yeah.
It's the naked photos. Oh, what? Sorry, I didn't realise we were still here.
But can I just say one thing? So I really hope this does tie in to the Mighty Morphin / Power Rangers thing, because obviously they're just all about Lord Zed, how Draken's now part of the Alpha Rangers and stuff. I really hope this could like pick up, because I think it was always wicked. Like, Astronomer was wicked.
Yeah.
And I hope that they kind of just put enough behind it. And it is Boom Studios, and in Boom Studios we trust. So fingers crossed.
Happy days, mate.
Ain't that right, Ben?
Yeah, Boom Studios.
Yeah. Well, this one actually was my number 2, so I'm out. That's me done. I've done my 3. You stole my 2 and did it 3.
Hold on a minute. You messaged us and said, "What comics are you going with?" You could have changed them.
Well, actually, I didn't change because these were my picks. However, I do have one that I wanted to note, which is this one. Shark.
I thought you said no notables.
Yes.
You said no notables.
Well, you guys stole
Is it
my
a pick or is it a notable? What's going on,
It's a
Tom?
pick. We're going for a pick.
It's a notable pick, Ben.
It's a notable pick, yeah.
This looks wicked.
So-
I can't wait to read this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
That's
to
a
this.
notable
So
pick.
So it's been kind of it's been picked up by Netflix already. It's not even actually come out yet, so this is actually going to be ending up as a TV show. So as a key for speculation and going forward, this one is definitely one to pick up tomorrow. So this one's got dark tones. It's kind of got that. They're trying to say it's a bit like the anime Demon Slayer crossed with Something's Killing the Children, which to me is I'm all over that shit. I just want to pick it up and read it. So I like the idea of Demon Slayer. I don't know if any of you guys have watched anime or anything like that, but it is pretty good. But obviously we do talk about Something's Killing the Children, which we do like.
I hate anime.
Do you actually?
We could do an hour-long video of why I don't like anime, but
well, we'll have to do that.
So is this anime or is this not? Is it? What style is it? Like,
it's a normal. It's like your basic American style comic. It's done by Image, written by Joe Henderson, and I think the artwork is done by Lee Garbett. But yeah, this one's going to be a good one to pick up, guys, because it's going to be basically a cross between Demon Slayer and Something's Killing the Children, which is an extremely hot series right now. And the fact that Netflix have read it and picked it straight up as a TV series, or actually it might be a movie. I'm not sure. Charlie,
but they're taking all they can get at the moment.
I think it's going to be like a short TV series. I mean, look, Keanu Reeves' comic was Netflix before issue 1 had even finished, before the ink was even dry. So, but this, I've been reading Family Tree. I don't know if any of you guys have picked that up. Family Tree is a decent comic. I think that's from Image as well. But there's tones in this as well. But for me, the SSCO Franny cover just looks wicked. It looks really good.
It's very again Vampire Slayer, isn't it? That SSCO Franny cover.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Is this a I was going to say, is this another? This is Asian. I think the character's Asian again. She's called. I've just looked. Her name's Zadie Liu.
Yeah.
But it really looks good. She's a teenager, so she's really should have grown up by now, right? But yeah, I think there's definitely dark tones in there pointing towards Something's Killing the Children, Family Tree. If anyone in the chat's read that, and then obviously you've got Demon Slayer. I'm looking forward to it, but I just want to be able to pick up that SSCO Franny cover. I don't think it's going to be able to. It's awesome, Ben. Check it out. It looks wicked.
I didn't realise that the creative team of this have got Oscar nominations, so it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So there you go. That would have been my third pick.
And if it's not good, guys, just contact Tom for hyping it up so much right now.
Yeah. You can contact me here, but you need to purchase something first.
Purchase something and then send abuse.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sure. Is there a section on the site where you can add note to sender?
Yeah, sure there is.
Sweet. There you go, guys. That's it.
Happy days. Send me all the notes you want.
Yeah.
It's a full basket of hate right there.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Hate mail, love it. Favorite part of the day. I get it off Charlie, to be fair.
I trust your word, Tom, and I think I'm going to pick this up, and I trust you, and I think it's hopefully going to be as good as you say.
Well, you trusted us about Something's Killing the Children, which was good.
Yeah, and I've never looked back. I've
you
literally
trusted us about 7 Secrets, which you didn't enjoy. So hopefully, 2 out of 3 we might get right.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see if this levels the playing field or not. Let's see.
Right then, Charlie. So you're up, mate. You're the last one to talk about this one. So here you go.
Oh, Nuclear Family. We reviewed this issue 1 a couple of weeks ago on my channel.
We did,
and obviously it's during the it was about 3 weeks ago, and it was obviously it's during the Cold War in 1975. A massive bomb drops on a house, and then they kind of just come out and think, oh, what's gone on? And then all shit
breaks loose.
What year did you say it was? 75?
90, isn't it? When is it?
Like the 50s, I think. Is it?
Oh,
It wouldn't
yeah.
be 75.
90s, to be fair.
I did say 1975. I meant 1950.
Like it would be
1956,
called
wasn't
like a nuclear disco if it was 70s.
it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, disco bomb, something out of Fortnite.
Just the Bee Gees and the front cover in gas masks.
Was it 1956 or 1957?
Yeah, that rings more of a bell.
I'm not very good with geography.
No, sorry to be that guy. I just didn't want kids watching this thinking it was like set in the 70s.
No, but it's obviously about how this family's going to survive. He used to be a radio transmitter during the war and stuff, and then obviously he goes to his second-hand car salesman job, comes home, they get hit. The house, or it's the street, gets hit by a nuclear bomb, and then it's just literally the fallout from that. It is very much like Fallout, the computer game. I know Grey Man, if he's still in the chat, he will know what I'm talking about on this, because he spends the wee hours. He spends the wee hours playing on his PlayStation 4 about this. But yeah, I think I really enjoyed it. I know Andy enjoyed the first one. I actually know Ben and you guys did enjoy it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to this second issue.
Yeah, it was my pick of the week when it came out. Sorry, Tom, go on. You can gush before me.
No, you go ahead.
Who wants to gush first?
Wait,
Wait, let me get the towel. Okay, I'll gush.
Is it a gush off? Is it going to be a gush off?
it's gush off.
Umbrellas out, people. Yeah, no, this book was absolutely phenomenal. The first one, I loved it. I loved how smooth and bold and clear the artwork was. That really kind of suited that like pin-up style of the kind of 50s diner.
See, I said to you that put me off the first. I thought the artwork put me off to begin with, the first one, and then I thought the story. Yeah, I thought the story didn't really match the artwork. I didn't think the artwork matched the grittiness and the age that the comic would have been set in. But as I went on and read it, the age, yeah.
Oh,
the year.
Probably because you thought it was set in the 70s. That's why you didn't think it suited.
Well, the artwork looked like it was from the 70s, and the story was from 1957. I just looked it up. Yeah, it was a very, very, very Cold War.
David Dimbleby in the corner there. No, I mean, I just loved it, and the writing was so simple and character focused as well. Like not a huge amount happens in that first issue, as Charlie said. You know, we kind of get an insight to him as a car salesman and meet one of his colleagues. We meet his family very briefly and kind of get an insight into what he's been kind of dabbling in the basement with. And then we see the explosion. Spoiler warning. Their house is the only kind of surviving house, and you know we finish with government kind of officials putting guns to them, saying, "Guys, what's going on?" So
exactly like that. What you doing?
Yeah, that's why I'm not a writer. But yeah, so I just loved it. I really thought it was really atmospheric, and I'm really intrigued. I think was the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree, mate. I would agree with Charlie to say about the artwork was a bit disjointed. I kind of felt like the artwork was set too more modern than what the actual story itself was set. So I found it a bit disjointed. But the story itself was really cool, and I really liked the ending. Not that I wanted it to end. I just really liked the way the ending happened, because it's like as if this has all happened, and it's just one tiny house has survived without a scratch. Now I'm really intrigued. Why has that house, the only one in the entire street, survived? And how long were they there for before they opened the doors?
Yeah, it's like a Twilight Zone kind of setup, isn't it? Like it was like the beginning sequence of a Twilight Zone episode. Like you can almost hear the in the background as they, you know, had the guns put on them. Yeah. What theories then? What do you reckon the crack is?
I think, like you said, I think the Twilight Zone's happened. I don't think he's where he's supposed to be or where he was originally. I think something's gone off, and he's where he was originally. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like he's gone through an alternative, like not an alternative reality, but like maybe gone through the fabrics of time.
I don't think it's his real family. I think he's kind of, I don't think he.
Or an alien.
Yeah, I don't think he ever kind of moved on like to this modern time where it is now. I think he's stuck in that and he still keeps going back. I think he's lost, as Tom said, I reckon they've lost a load of years in that basement where they went down there.
Yeah. Either that or the whole thing is in his head and he's still in the war and this is how he's dealing with it.
Yeah, PTSD.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
That'd be deep.
Hey, come to Not Quite Mint, we'd give it deep.
But we say this like near enough every Thursday on the Killer Comic Show, is that it's an indie comic that we're going more in depth about, more intrigued. There's more story to talk about. There's more backstory. There's more interesting parts to talk about. I think it's very, very significant that it's by Aftershock and it's about a nuclear family.
Yeah. Boom. But this here,
I made that joke 4 weeks ago on my video.
This here is a bit of a nuclear family going this area.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Andy thinks it's Mephisto.
It was Agatha all along. Yeah, I think you're right there, Charlie. I think it's these at the moment are the books that are getting us talking, and it's like, yeah, I kind of struggled, didn't I, a bit with like Man Thing and Ghost Rider and Silk and stuff to get everybody going as much. But this book, it gets that creative kind of like it's tantalizing. And I think that's what DC and Marvel are lacking at the moment. Those really kind of tantalizing storylines that really are quite simple. And I asked you guys for your theories, but I don't even have a theory, because I honestly feel like whichever direction this will go, I'm intrigued, and I probably wouldn't come up with better myself. So it's and that's always really exciting as well, because you kind of, there's no way I can be disappointed, because it'll be something different or something I haven't thought about. Whereas, you sit there every episode of WandaVision and I just set myself up for disappointment, expecting Luke Skywalker to come in at the end.
Yeah.
For this comic cover, I really like the fact that this is how issue 1 ended.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've not give you anything, have they?
No, they literally haven't given you anything away. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. This is obviously my pick of the week. I can't wait.
Very nice, mate. Very good pick. To say about the whole DC Marvel Indies thing, I find that because DC and Marvel have got those characters that pretty much all of us are so protective over, that they cannot, they're like really restricted to what they can do with them. And I think that really shows with things like what James Gunn has done with Suicide Squad and did with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because nobody knows about these characters at all. So he's had free reign to do what he likes, which is why I think indies make such good stories for us to read, because we'd have no interest in the characters to start with. So once we get into them, it just blows our mind, especially like Slaughter and stuff.
My favourite character is Sharkman. I love Sharkman.
Sharktooth from the new Suicide Squad.
Hi guys, this is an in-joke that I basically got very upset in the week because the lads were not referring to King Shark as King Shark. They were giving him all kinds of titles, and I got very upset. And also, Tom, I resent your comment about Guardians of the Galaxy. War of the Kings was one of my favourite books, like stories ever, and that was before the film. I was there on the hype train before it even started. I was putting the coal in that train.
Fair enough,
ready
mate.
For it to start.
I was there too. I was there for the Annihilation wave right from the beginning.
Yes.
When they first put them together.
Oh, what a run!
When Peter and Gamora were basically, well, no, they weren't, because she was seeing Nova to start with.
We got a whole new Guardian stuff starting soon, haven't we, with Doctor Doom and things. Anyway.
I think you are right, Tom. I think you are right. Just quickly, like, if you look at Marvel and how many tie-ins they have, and you look at DC with this Future State is still going on this week. Like, in my head, I switched off 2 issues in.
I noticed
it's still going on with Superman and Imperious Lex issue 465. Like, what's going on with these? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, and it's kind of like, that's done. If you're going to end it, you end the whole arc at the same week, but they're still going.
They're bad.
That's it. That's what I want to say.
That's it.
Run over. We've all had
That's it. That's it.
We've had our Tuesday rant.
That is
Smash that dingy bell. Give us the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And massive shout out to Tom for getting 400.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So we are at the end of the show, and thank you ever so much for sticking with us for this almost an hour of us going on about our key picks. Please come back next week because we'll be doing it again. Hopefully I'll have these two with me again, and hopefully Rich might be back. Guys, do you guys want to say what's going on your channels this week?
I'll go first because it won't take long. I got my usual video. Actually, no, I haven't got my usual video. I've switched stuff around. So now my videos go live on a Sunday afternoon, on a sleepy Sunday afternoon. You sat there, there's only Songs of Praise and Country File on. No, at 5 o'clock GMT, I will be posting my weekly cover picks. So now it's just going to be my top 3 covers of the week, the covers that are coming out in that week. And if you want to see all of the covers coming out, then Charlie has a video out every Monday at 12 o'clock GMT. And what else have you got going on, Charlie?
Other than that was a great segue, by the way, Ben. Yeah, so
well,
I've got to say,
I'm waiting for your call.
I've got to say, the video you put out on Sunday, it was what, 3.5, 4 minutes long, and I was in stitches. And it was wicked. I was like, my friends were messaging me saying, Ben's new video, great. So yeah, I think I speak for quite a lot of us who want to see more of that. So yes, please, mate.
Yeah, they're short, they're sweet, they're weird. If you
just
follow
like
me
you
up on Instagram as well, because I'm also doing those things on my Instagram as well, with like photoshops and comic book acquisitions that come through the door. So follow me up there.
Can I make a suggestion? Would you be able to grace us with a post of every character from the new Suicide Squad, please? I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I could certainly work on that. Mate, trust me. The moment I saw that trailer, and I've now seen it 30 times, I've already started formulating how I can cosplay things. I think Weasel and King Shark are probably the real struggle. So,
yeah, Sharkman's got to be hard, I reckon.
Yeah, Sharky and Jaws is going to be hard, mate.
It's a thin line to cross, but I reckon
a thin line.
Get there.
A thin line.
Plug your channel, Charlie. Come on.
Okay, yeah. So as Ben said, it's 12 p.m. Is it? Yeah, it's 12 p.m., 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. PST, EST, GMT, and then where I go through all the covers, the variant covers, what covers are hot comics, cover of the week, etc., and then that leads us on to the Killer Comic Show, which is every Thursday. And I'm so happy to say that I've got Benny Attention Seeking Geek is back, Andy from Perpetual Comics, and this guy right here, the stars have aligned, and he has got the time off work, and the 4 of us, it's going to be like a massive Unleashed Geeks takeover on the Killer Comic Show on Thursday at 9 p.m. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. Tom, you know the setup now, don't you? Because by the time you normally get back, you're in the bath.
Yeah, I know what time we're doing it, mate. I have actually tried or thought about, just coming on in the bath, but then no one wants to see that. No one wants to see me drop my black.
I keep getting a vision.
I want to see that.
Okay. When you say that, I just picture, have you ever seen the Ricky Gervais post that got over 1 million views in about 20 minutes where he's in the bath? Yeah, that one.
With me, yogurt. Happy day.
Yeah. But yeah, Killer Comic Show on Thursday. Looking forward to that. We're all back. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's what's going on the guys' channels. And please make sure you head over and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to their channels. Smash their dingly bell so you don't miss any of their content. And then do that all here as well, because we are going to try and do the weekly key show. So please do come back for that.
And while we've got it in the chat, Tom, should we just, like Andy, we would say that Andy's got a schedule as well, but he isn't. He's literally perpetually, what's the word? Impromptu. He should be called Impromptu Comics. He should be called Impromptu Perpetual Comics. But yeah, he goes on when he feels like it. It's always a laugh. And yeah, so I'm sure he will be gracing us on YouTube with his presence.
We can't promise that's not going to happen.
Now, if I like the comic, Tyler, I'm gonna gush. Like, just step back and
get your
wide.
act.
It'll be a different show from last week. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of bring a new dynamic to the situation.
Still the same colour pink, but yeah, it's going to be good. It's always
gone from Katana Collins to like a fat Cockney potato head. That's
and a really good-looking person.
Yeah, where is Andy? Is Andy joining us or what?
On that note, I'm going to say to you guys, just remember, guys, we've got a lot going on notquitemint.com this week. We actually have something really cool coming this weekend that I'm going to let you all know about on Thursday. And then we've also just dropped our Batman 108 first appearance of Miracle Molly cover today on notquitemint.com. So please head over and check that out. It is.
That's why I've got the glasses on, because it is a stunner.
It is a bit of a stunner. So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining us. So as always, stay safe, stay sexy. See you.